The World Language Fall Festival is an opportunity for families and students to engage in world languages and culture. This has been something that years ago my German students used to do. A German carnival is what we called it, and my students initiated it. They thought it was such a fun idea to have people come and learn some of the language as well as have like the fun of carnival type activities, and it was very successful. And we now have a generous over $2 million grant from the Department of Defense Education Activities, and this DODEA grant, it's over $2 million, is providing this opportunity. They really want us to have these opportunities for our community, for the families and students, and so we decided to take that German carnival and turn it into a world language carnival to bring in our French and Latin and Spanish as well as our German students and families.
All right, the World Language Fall Festival is the opportunity for students in the Bellevue Public Schools community to get exposed to language at an early age with a bunch of different fun activities that will hopefully inspire them to take languages once they get to the middle school and high school level.
So at this festival there are going to be language learning activities as well as some traditional carnival games, but we'll have some language or cultural twist. The language learning is free, so everyone that comes gets one of these blue passports, and then they go visit the 16 passport stations and get their passport stamped. And each of them, for example, there's animals, and it's listed in the 4 languages of French, German, Latin, and Spanish. Then there's colors, then there's a fly swatter game, and finally a cultural game. And so this part is free, and they can bring their stamped passport over to the prize area to get a free prize for doing this language learning. Then the other events that are going on, we have a giant nose pick game, Nasepopeln, for example, in German. So they have titles that are listed in that target language, and then just fun, silly things. There's a cakewalk where they hear music and they march around and they stop and they roll dice. They hear the number in a target language, and then if they're on that number, they win a cake, for example. So we will have many games like that, as well as the language learning activities for people to participate in.
At the festival, we have some different language learning stations. So there are a bunch of different activities that cover things like numbers and colors and animals to get them to learn the language. And then there are carnival games that have different language twists to them that will make it both fun and engaging in the different languages we offer. We're also having food trucks coming, so we will have some opportunities for people to eat while they're there. We have a couple that are more culturally different, which will be really nice for the students to experience some different cultural foods. And then we've got some music, a cakewalk, and just a bunch of different fun things that we think will reach the middle school, or the sub-middle school audience.
Our main targeted audience is for elementary age students in our Bellevue community. So we want to have all of the brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews of the students that attend our high schools, as well as that attend our elementary schools. And then we also like to get our high school and middle school students involved in volunteering and running the events and using the language in a fun way with people that are younger than them. So it's really for our whole community.
The main targets of this fall festival are hopefully students that are under the age of middle school, students that haven't had the opportunity to learn a language yet, but will hopefully in the coming years decide to take a language with us in the Bellevue Public Schools community.